Yo, what's up fam, and welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time on the channel, what's up fam, welcome to the channel. On this channel you'll find ways to improve your workflow when you're making beats on the go, and just find tips and tricks on how to improve your beats and your workflow while making those beats, whether that be through some tech and instruments that I might recommend, or even some software and apps that I might find and want to share with you guys that improve my workflow. So if that sounds like something that you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get started. And today we're talking about generating beat ideas and creating them fast and efficient and having them still come out really dope. Shout out to our sponsor for today, our friends over there at Mixed In Key. They definitely hooked us up, so stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can find out how you can win a giveaway for the plugins that I talk about today. And the plugins that I want to talk to you about is the Captain plugins. Get what I'm saying? And more specifically, Captain Beat. This is their newest addition to the plugin lineup. I think the whole bundle sells right now for about $100, and that to me is pretty much a steal. However, Captain Beat is available as an individual plugin, so you can just buy that for like 50 bucks and you still be getting your money's worth, in my opinion. We're gonna jump into it. Let's talk about it right now. Alright, so if you don't know what Captain Plugins is by now, there's a ton of videos talking about what they are, but basically they are a set of plugins, a bundle of plugins that actually help you make your beats. They help you with melodies, bass lines, chord progressions. Yeah, this is a whole plugin bundle that actually guides you into creating the beat. And now just recently they just released their newest plugin, Captain Beats, and this one actually helps you create the drum composition for those beats and for those melodies and bass lines and stuff like that. So yeah, like the whole bundle is now complete. The reason why I like Captain Beats is because a lot of the times I like to create my own loops. I don't like to rely on other people to create loops and then I download them off a Splice. This way I have full control. And actually this whole plugin bundle gives me a sense of control and actually acts as an extension of me. So even though the plugin actually helps aiding make the beat, it actually suggests different things, it's still my decision, still my thought process, and then I get to have full editing input on the whole thing. Alright, so Captain Beats is currently a desktop audio unit only. They haven't really made it to mobile users yet, but for my mobile users, I got something special for you. I'm going to show you inside of this plugin how we'll be able to use it on our mobile devices as well. So with Captain Chords, we have a whole entire interface, the user interface. I already have some chords generated inside of this window, so I'm going to just go ahead and clear that out. So what we're going to do is go to the key of C, and I think I want to play in C major. So you can see when I actually change these keys, they actually change on the piano roll with inside this window. So it's actually an audio unit plugin. You pull it up just like a regular software instrument. Since we already have two instances of Captain Plugins interfaces already up, they all communicate with each other. So whatever you decide to do in this app, they will communicate with the other plugins as well. So you're gonna go ahead and connect to chords, and we'll get into that part in a minute. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a chord progression with this. So the dope thing about this is that it lists all the compatible chords with the C major scale. And that could be really dope for somebody who's trying to learn music theory, who doesn't know anything about making beats or writing chords or anything like that. The chords that you choose and the chords that you end up recording, they actually end up putting the name here of that chord inside of the piano roll within inside of Captain Beats. So once you have a chord generated, you can go over here into the control panel and you can change it up to a higher octave, or you can change the complexity of that chord. Since we have a 4-bar loop going, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more chords. And you can see that it just doubled up on the C major chord that I already had to set the foundation for the beat. So let's go ahead and change that from a C major to a F major. Let's add one more chord, and that would be E minor. Alright, so now that we have a chord progression going, it actually creates MIDI information so that you can drag this clip onto the DAW. So if you have like different sounds that you want to use, like Serum or whatever plugins that you use, you can actually use the same MIDI information created with inside of Captain Beats or Captain plugins or Captain Chord. So you can take the same MIDI information created inside of Captain Chords and use it onto another instrument, or you can use it on the same track with the Captain Chords already built in dope sound libraries that they have over here. So they have some a bunch of sounds over here. But I like this sound, so I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it. Notice how when I go back to the actual sequencer window, nothing plays because I didn't drag and drop that MIDI information over yet. So let's go back to Captain Chords. We're on instrument number 2. Let's drag this clip. Let's go back to Captain Chords. And let's drag this clip over to our DAW. So it asks if we want to import the tempo. Absolutely, because we have it in sync. This plugin actually syncs with your DAW. So if you change the tempo of the chord progression and the plugins will actually change with the sync of your DAW. So since we got this twice, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that. Or actually, I'm going to just go ahead and loop it for the remainder of those 8 bars. Alright, so first things first, on Captain Beats, you have these samples here on the side, and they're all made up of different kits that, again, built into the interface. It's already built into the plugin. You have built-in sounds, built-in kits, as well as built-in rhythms. So the same way Captain Chords can generate chords for you and help you along with that process and recommend different styles of chords and chord progressions, Captain Beats does the same exact thing, just with beats, just with the drums. So right now we have the kick highlighted. So we can go through the spectrum of the kick, the clap, the snare. And my favorite part about this is that if you didn't have a MIDI keyboard handy or anything like that, you can actually see the numbers of the hotkeys associated with each track. So the kick will be on key A. So when I tap down on key A, of course the kick plays. And then Q is on the clap, S is on the snare, so on and so forth, right? So you can actually see the waveforms of what that kick is doing inside the beat before you even put it on. It's not like a block of MIDI information or anything like that. You can actually see the wave. So what's cool about that is you can manipulate these by going into the controls, and you have your basic manipulation stuff. You have your basic controls like the attack, the hold, decay, pitch, volume, and panning. So the thing that I found unique about that is that once you start tweaking different things on the, you can see as I'm decreasing that attack, that the kick starts to visually change right before your eyes on the piano roll. So let's go ahead and play it again. Let's put some increase on that attack. Take it back. Dope, right? All right, so enough about that. Let's go ahead and actually make a beat using this thing. So like I said, going back to the basics tab, we have our different rhythms that we can use. Now, if we want to generate a whole rhythm for every instrument here, we can actually either change the kit. So let's see what a 70s kit sounds like. And then we have our pattern right here. And once we change it to a different pattern, we have a 70s kit with this type of pattern. So you can actually see each waveform and what that waveform is doing with inside that beat. So we can keep generating patterns. So not only can you make a beat using the built-in presets for those patterns and drum kits and stuff like that, you can actually draw this stuff in too. So if I was to clear this whole thing and I wanted to draw some stuff in, I would go over here and use my pencil. And what we can do now is actually hit the record button. And then it magically records the clap that I just clapped on with the Q key. I'm using the keyboard, not an actual keyboard, to make this beat. We can use the grid to change different measures. I like what that was doing. But let's say we want to go in and edit on the grid even further. We can then come in and draw in some extra notes. Zoom back out, look at what that did. So I have this snapping to the grid at 1/64th, and let's add some triplet shakers in here. So we even have different effects over here in this effects tab. So we have a filter that we can throw on different things. We have a filter, we have reverb, we have a delay. Let's go ahead and put a delay send on these shakers. And you can see what that did to that shake a little bit. So my favorite part about this is the ability to import your own samples. So let's say I got some kits that I want to use. Let's go to Henny the Business Spice Rack samples. So I know I want to replace that kick. All I have to do is come over here, highlight the kick, go back. We're gonna go back and choose a kick out of Henny's Spice Rack. I like that kick. And you can see over here where it says drag your sample here. So once you found a kick that you like, let's go ahead and drag the sample onto Captain Beats kick. Alright, so now we have that kick there. Let's replace a couple more. Let's go back into Henny's hats. Yeah, let's replace that hi-hat. So let's highlight the closed hat here. Go back here. Nah. All right, let's go back here. And then I want to replace that clap. That clap is killing me. You see how when we exited out of that, it didn't go anywhere. So here's the dope part about that. Let's go into our export option. And this is what I was talking about for my mobile users who also use the laptop as well. So you can even export the audio channel. You can export the, that channel's MIDI information, or you can export the master audio or the master MIDI track. So what we're going to do is go ahead and drag and drop this MIDI onto our track. Import the tempo, yes. So now we have MIDI information on the track, or we can create a new audio track, export the whole master audio for that. Now we have an audio track for that drum composition we just came up with. Let's create another pattern with those same sounds. So let's take that MIDI information, bring it here. So now that I have my ideas just going and sampled and layered, and I have them all on the sequencer window, I can just go ahead and so you can see how easy that can be to start an idea and make it really complex afterwards, or just keep it simple and make the best beats that you come up with ideas that you generated with the help of these plugins. So if you need help with your melodies, your chord progressions, or your bass lines, most definitely check that out. And like I said, you can grab that for about $50 right now as an individual plugin, or you can grab the whole bundle for $100. And just starting great ideas and bringing them from in here to out here in the real world, Captain Beat is definitely a good tool to help you. So if you're still watching the video this far, I want to hook one of you guys up with a free download of Captain Beats and Captain plugins. So do me a favor, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Brandon Rico, and go ahead and follow Mixed In Key, the sponsor of this video. They are responsible for the creation of these plugins, and they were dope enough to hook me up with a code to give you for your free download. So go ahead and follow them, follow me, and comment in the section below, hashtag Captain Beat, and then I'll pick one lucky winner to get that download. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for rocking with the channel. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, if I can create like this, then you can create like this. Let's go.